time! I know that I said I was going to make a video about Disneyland and VidCon. I did attempt to make that video, and I ended up talking for over 2 hours. What I decided to do is split it up into several small parts of everything that I was going to put in that one video, and you will receive all my little stories from California over the next month or so. Ignore this, by the way. This is just my water bottle. Yum yum. Water. So, the first thing that I want to talk to you about is books. I'm going to be talking about 4 books in particular that I read in the past month. Let's start with the first one I read, The Importance of Being Ernest by Oscar Wilde. This is a collection of his works, so The Importance of Being Ernest was really only... This is The Importance of Being Ernest. Yeah. It was very good. It was very funny. I particularly enjoyed the character Algernon because he really enjoys eating. So they're preparing for a dinner party and he's like, "No, Ernest, you may not eat any of the cucumber finger sandwiches because they are for our guests." And then he eats them all, and then when the guests come, there aren't any left, and he's like, "God, butler, why have you eaten all of the cucumber sandwiches? I cannot believe you. Whatever. It's better that we don't even have them because they're disgusting." And the butler's just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." I would definitely recommend it because it was a very fun, quick read, and it was very happy as well. So, happy things are good. Book number 2, The Dante Club. Not so happy. It is a murder mystery taking place in the late 1800s in Boston, Massachusetts. It follows the story of a couple of poets who are trying to translate Dante's Inferno from Italian into English for the first time. And then they realize that a series of murders taking place happen to follow the way that Dante punishes his sinners in Inferno, and they decide that they're going to investigate it and try to figure out who the murderer is. As far as the murder mystery part goes, it was alright. I've read better murder mysteries, but the characters all were very interesting and very unique, and the whole atmosphere was really good. So, I wouldn't necessarily read it if you want a really good, intriguing murder mystery, but if you want a pretty cool book that happens to involve some murders, but also talks about poets, that's cool. Probably if you knew some of the history of Boston in the late 1800s, that would help, because I think all of these people, the main characters in this, all are real poets. But I don't know any of them or anything about them because I don't know anything about the poets in Boston in the late 1800s. So that might be helpful before you read this. Read up on some history. Yeah. Book number 3! Ignore this. That is a customs form. Obviously, I read this on the plane. This is Agatha Christie's Hallowe'en Party. As you can see, Halloween is spelled with the apostrophe. Not sure when we stopped doing that or why we used to do that. It's not Hallow. Oh, no, it probably comes from All Hallows Eve. So it's like hallowed evening, which is like evening or evening when you shorten it. So now it's Halloween. Hallowed evening? Halloween? Maybe. Maybe not? I don't know. This was really, really good. It was super nice. It was super addicting to read. I'd be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna read one chapter," and then I'd just be like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what's gonna happen?" But that usually happens with Agatha Christie. This is a Poirot murder mystery. If you can't guess, a murder takes place at a Halloween party. I would not recommend reading this at night, just because it's kind of creepy. I decided one night in England, when I woke up at 1 in the morning, because I still wasn't used to the time difference, I was like, you know what, before I go to sleep, I'll just kill some time and read. Don't read a murder mystery when you're in a creepy old hotel. Otherwise, it's not going to help you sleep. Last book, book number 4, is not necessarily a novel, but it is the Winnie-the-Pooh Cookbook. Ah, Winnie-the-Pooh Cookbook, what? And it has birthday cakes, and it has honey chocolate icing, and holiday honey wafers, and honey gingerbread cookies, and honey eggnog. There's a lot of honey stuff in it. So if you don't like honey, you probably wouldn't like it. But it is really good, and I love honey, so I think I'm really going to like it. It has little quotes underneath the recipes and pictures. Yeah, I'm really excited about this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the books that I have been reading. I shall just sit back into the shadows and plot how I'm going to take over the world now. If you shall excuse me.